Good evening, everybody. Thank you for showing up here to Society Hall. We're very pleased to have you. We know that you have a choice for entertainment, and thank you for spending your time with us. We've got a great show coming up tonight, but I also want to just let you know, coming up on our calendar tomorrow, we've got the Tejas Brothers, August 23rd, Ordinary Elephant. On August 31st, Pat Byrne. He was here last year, put on a really good show. He's actually from Ireland, living in Austin, Texas, and has gotten into the Southwest Americana singer-songwriter style. That's a really good show. September 7th, Kim Ritchie. On September 14th, Society Hall, we're having our annual celebration, and we'll have a little street party out here. Everybody's welcome to attend. Always a fun time. September 20th, Eric Stuckey. September 27th, Sam Robbins. And the list goes on, but I'm not going to bore you, so with no further ado, let's give it up for Jon Chandler.
Be very quiet. All right, we're going to go ahead and load this thing in real quick. Good evening. It's been a lovely day, hasn't it? So it's been a marvelous, marvelous day and time and week. And Jan, we're so glad you're home, sweetheart. So, a whole lot of people thought me a fool. In a time or two I thought I was one too. Ain't a chain that can't hold me, ain't a thing I won't try. When I get through living, I'm gonna die. Gonna die with my boots on. Gonna go out in style with the freewheeling feeling and a honky-tonk smile. If the devil don't dodge me, I'm gonna spit in his eye when I get my wings. I'm gonna fly. Gonna fly away singing. Oh, I'm gonna fly. Gonna wrap my new wings round a few feathered things in that free-feeling sky. Gonna reach a new heaven higher than high. When I get my way, I'm gonna fly, 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 fly away singing, fly away singing. Woo. All right, we're gonna do it. It's been good. I called my friend JP Simon earlier and said, "So JP, you gonna wear your black fishing shirt tonight?" And he said, "Yeah." I said, "All right, I'll put mine on too." And then everybody will know that we're fishers. We got it. Yeah, that's right, exactly. I don't know if you're wearing boots tonight or not. We'll have to see. So, this is a lovely little room. A lot of friends here tonight that from over the hill over in the Caceres country. So except for the Simses who are from Texas. So what are you going to say? But yes, so good to see you guys. But I think this is the fourth show I've done here over the years, and it's a marvelous room. It's just really wonderful, and I know that it's very much like my old show, America's So Live, was in Denver, where people come from all over the country, and they're charmed by this. So they have some great shows so those of you who are down in this area, make sure you get over here to Serenity Hall, right? and make sure that you get over here and see these shows. There's some great ones. There's a wonderful one tomorrow night too, which we'll talk about here in just a little bit. So we shall see. That's what I think a horse sounds like when it's running. Most people think it sounds like. But it doesn't. I lost 45 horses to Geronimo's men. They caught me sleeping when they snuck in. It's gonna be hard to explain this one. All I can say is the Apache one. Rolling ponies leave a cloud of dust. They lay that for the Boulder, Mexico or bust. Singing victory songs in the pale moonlight. If I had me a horse, I could give him a fight. I lost 45 horses to Geronimo's men. The boss of this spread is his meanest sin. All I could do to make amends was find 45 horses and Geronimo's men. And Geronimo's men. Yeah. And Geronimo's men. Take it, Ernie. Ernie's not here. Hit the trail when the sun came up. Crawling on my belly like a young wolf pup. 3 days later, had the camp inside. When I caught a flicker from the corner of my eye. Bullets started kicking up that desert sand. No use running, I could only stand. I slipped my lasso around a pony, pulled up the slack. I tore down the corral and stole those horses back. I stole 45 horses from Geronimo's men. The boss of this spread is his meanest sin. All I could do to make amends was find 45 horses and Geronimo's men. And Geronimo's men. Yeah. And Geronimo's men. Ooh. I cut it off real quickly there because Ernie wasn't here. Hopefully Ernie's watching the simulcast, and he'll feel really bad that he's not here tonight. So Ernie Martinez is a wonderful player, and we'll see him again. So. Did I hear someone say something? Oh, yes, they are. That's right. This is my wife, Pat, ladies and gentlemen, the pride and joy of Giltner, Nebraska. That's right. She's one of 312 people that lived there. So, 300 of them have moved. No, it's a lovely little town. But Pat likes to just jump in the middle of shows and tap dance now and again. So, so there we go. I was sitting back there a little bit later, and I'm a little lethargic right now because I never eat before we play. And I ate tonight before I played, and I ate, and I ate, and I ate. And then when I was done eating, I ate. And wonderful little restaurant. What's the name of that restaurant down there? Friar's Fork Restaurant. It was wonderful. Great Italian food. So hopefully there were some to-go boxes that were taken out of there this evening. What makes a man to wander? What makes a man to roam? What makes a man leave bed and board, turn his back on home, right away, right away, right away. Snow is deep, snow so white. The wind it howls and moans. Fire cooks a man his buffalo meat. His lonely heart won't warm. Right away, right away, right away. Now me, I go on searching where there ain't no hate for the tender love I'm dreaming of, before it gets too late. Right away, right away, right away. Hey, hey, hey. Thank you. I love that song, and I'm flipping through a couple things here. That was the theme song for the movie The Searchers. But when the Sons of the Pioneers sang it, it was more like, what makes a man to wonder? So I never took it very seriously until one afternoon I was just goofing around, and that showed up. So, and I was very happy because a lot of my friends are Western writers, and they all thought that we did it justice. So that's very cool. So. This room sounds so good that it's always nice for pickers that are up here to actually hear what's coming back at them. So I kind of like what I'm hearing a little bit. I dusted off my poster, polished up my gun, jotted down my memories, my moments in the sun. By all rights and reason, I should not be standing here. I outlived my brother by another 30 years. And tonight I can hear Jesse calling, and tonight we'll ride once again. I believe I have seen my last sunset. I believe I have jumped my last train. I believe I have jumped my last train. Now me and little Jessie rode our way to fame. Engineers would shudder the mention of our name. We were more than dime store novels, more than flash and noise. We were farm boys from Missouri, Mrs. James's baby boy. And tonight I can hear Jessie calling, and tonight we'll ride once again. I believe I have seen my last sunset. I believe I have jumped my last train. I believe I have jumped my last train. We protected each other like young brothers should. Now time's finally done what the law never could. And tonight I can hear Jessie calling, and tonight we'll ride once again. And I believe I have seen my last sunset. I believe I have jumped my last train. I believe I have jumped my last train. Hey, thank you. I threw a few little songs in the songbook here because I know that most of you have never heard any of my songs. So those of you who I haven't had the chance to meet, it's a real pleasure to see you and to see you here in Alamosa, Colorado. My dad was a drywall finisher, and he spent a couple, 3 years over here doing drywall work at the college when they were building the college. And so he'd come home every weekend, and I'd see him. We'd go fishing, then he'd go back to Alamosa, where he'd go fishing every week. And so fishing. But Alamosa's always been great. My sister-in-law Eleanor is from here, and it's always been wonderful to come down here. It was always our gateway to the Rio Grande River, so we could go over up to Wagon Wheel Gap and fish the Rio Grande at Masonic Park when I was a kid. So, which just brought a song to mind. Let's see if I can remember it. Who knows? Deep as a well, quiet as midnight, soft as the breeze through a young woman's head. My one true love is old Colorado, Wagon Wheel Gap waits for me there. There was a light, brilliant as daybreak, lifted my soul, revealed my prayer. Now I've come home to old Colorado, wagon wheel gap waits for me there. Each of the roads I have traveled, each of the horses I have saddled, brought me back to the valley of the Rio Grande. There was a time I can remember taking her hand in the high mountain air. Now I've staked my claim to old Colorado, wagon wheel gap. Now she waits for me there. Wagon wheel gap. Now she waits for me there. Wow. I've done that one in a long time. Even longer. When we were kids, going over that part of the valley was pretty amazing. I guess the valley ends right there, but they used to have a big sawmill over at Wagon Wheel Gap. So we'd go out and grab a bag of the old sawdust to take it out with us to help start fires at the campground. So which we don't do anymore. No more. That's right. So. Well, now that I've been maudlin enough for the first few songs, I'll do one that's really sad. Just have to remember what key it's in. I got it. Okay. So, sing along if you feel like it. Well, Shirley smiled so sweetly when I pulled in off the road. 6 days on old I-80, hauling heavy loads. She brought me a martini. She's dressed in her skimpy negligee, sat on my lap and whispered someone else's name. I quickly said, "Excuse me, but I'm not called Ramon. And by the way, who bit your neck? And ain't that new cologne?" Well, she swore she'd never been to town, and she was shocked at my suggestion. But when I saw our Cadillac, I succumbed to indigestion. Yeah, she said that she would have been faithful, that she had never been to town. But them butt guts on the windshield, them butt guts let her down. Yeah, she had roadkill on the fender, bottles in the trunk, cactus in the white walls, the whole car smelled like a skunk. Oh, I never thought I'd get that one. Whoa, she went rolling across the prairie, in that El Dorado coupe, drinking champagne from the bottle with Ramon in my best suit. Well, last I heard she dumped old Ramon. She ran off with 2 ranch hands, the fat guy from the circus, and a mariachi band. Yeah, she said that she'd been faithful, that she had never been to town. But them bug guts on the windshield, them bug guts let her down. Them old bug guts on the windshield, them bug guts let her down, down, down. Ah, they did. Boy, I wish this was a gin and tonic. I know I'm going to start, Jan. Southern Colorado is one of the greatest places ever, and this is probably close to 10 years ago. I was playing over at Monument Lake, and when you went to Monument Lake, over there, it used to have a monument in the middle of it, and then we were quite surprised when we got there, and the monument was gone. It was a stone spire that had cracked and had fallen off into the lake, but they still had this really cool little place over there. It's a cafe and some cabins. Actually, they aren't very cool cabins in any event, but it was a lot of fun. They had me play out in this meadow. It was for like a picnic thing, and it was just wonderful. We're sitting there and I'm playing. I'm doing bug guts on the windshield, and I see all these 2 guys walking across the meadow. Just here they come. 2 cowboys. And you can tell they're cowboys because they got the T-shirts on and the straw hat, and they're walking like this. And they got over there, and they were watching a few songs, and I took a break. They came over and said, "Man, we really like what you're doing. Really like that a lot." Well, that's great. I really appreciate it, man. It's great to see you guys. Where are you from? We're from Stonewall, down here a little bit. I said, "Oh, okay, that's great." I said, "Man, I love your shirt," to this one guy. He was wearing a Vote for Pedro T-shirt. And so I said, "I love that movie, Napoleon Dynamite." And he said, I don't know what you're talking about. My name's Pedro." And so I thought I was going to write a song about them, especially about one story they told us very quickly. Pedro and Jack went out. They went out poaching, is what they did, and they were down over there in that area around Stonewall, and it was just dusk and it's getting dark outside. But they knew that there was a buck back there, so Pedro goes back and he's got the rifle, and Jack's going to come up and pick him up in like 10 minutes after he hears a shot. Well, he hears the shot. He starts going up the road there, and next thing he sees is the brush opens up, and this giant buck is running through there with Pedro on the buck's back, just holding on to the horns. And Pedro later said, I got him. I stunned him, I guess, because I thought he was dead, and I walked up, and the next thing I knew, I was going down to the next county. And so, I mean, a million stories like that, and we laughed until we could laugh no more. So I have not written the song, though, so I have to substitute this other song for it, because this, I think, is the best buddy song I've ever heard. But by the next time you hear me, we'll have Pedro and Jack written. So this is called Billy. Billy, we've come a long way together, and through it all, you've been just like a brother to me. And Billy, we've had our share of ups and downs, froze our tails sleeping on the ground when the jobs were few and far between. We've been knocking around together so long, singing them same old songs. Been out in the rain so long, I swear we're shrinking. And Billy, lately I have done some thinking. When I look back on our lives, we sure had ourselves a time. But you know, It's been a wild world we've traveled, and it's starting to unravel. We leave so many loose ends behind. We've been bucked off and kicked so many times. The ground keeps getting harder. Billy, you know well as I, we ain't getting no younger. Billy, another summer's come and gone. Now with the winter coming on, well, I know we planned on heading south. But Billy, I thought about it several days, and these words I'm about to say, well, they don't taste good in my mouth. But there's someone who's waiting back home. Lord, if she'll still have me, guess I'll be singing so long you go on without me. Ain't no easy way of saying goodbye, so be sure and tell them all down in Texas I said hi. Isn't that a great song? Well, I've told several of you this story, but this is what my life is like these days. I play cowboy poetry gatherings around the country, which are just an absolute ball. But they figured out in the past few years that, you know, they got you over there anyway, and in Durango or in Logan, Utah in this case, and they want you to go out to the schools and play for the little kids. It's okay, but in my case, they said, well, you play harmonica, so we'd like you to go out and teach these little kids how to play harmonica. I said, well, sure. How many little kids? Oh, 400. So last year in Logan, and this upcoming October in Durango, I'll be teaching around 400 fourth graders how to play their harmonica. Now, they kind of still sound like this, but they try, and they each get a harmonica, and it's donated by the Honer organization, which is amazing. It's a great little harp, and some of them really get it, and sometimes I'll teach the older kids and even the younger kids. But last year I was over in Utah at the Cache Valley Rendezvous, and so I went out and I was teaching these kids how to do this, and the choir teacher happened to be there, and she said, "Oh, you're doing the song Shenandoah." I said, "Yeah, I am." "Oh, we're learning that in choir. Do you think we could come to your show tonight and get on stage and sing it with you?" I said, "Well, how many kids are in the choir?" She said, "Oh, about 42." I said, "Okay." So in any event, we went over it a couple times, and it was a big show. It's a nice big show. Probably 800-900 people in the audience, and we brought up 42 little fourth graders and sang this with me, and it was absolutely fantastic. So I wish I could bring them with me now, but we'll see. This particular song, everyone thinks it has to do with the Shenandoah River Valley, and it doesn't. It has to do with an Iroquois chief named Chandos, and his wife was his daughter was apparently very comely, and all the French trappers fell in love with her. So that's what happened. That's why they talk about the Missouri River in this, and they talk about "I love your daughter." So this is a traditional tune that soon is probably it's 600-700 years old. It's an old Celtic tune that probably had several bouts of words way before this. And these words change all the time. I've seen 20 different versions of them, but this is what I like. Oh, Shenandoah, I long to hear you away, you rolling river. Oh, Shenandoah, I long I'm bound away across the wide Missouri. Oh, Shenandoah, I love your daughter. Away, you rolling river, I'll take her across the rolling water. Away, I'm bound away across the wide Missouri. Thanks. I don't have any breath left. So that was that. So I'm going to flip through a couple things here because there are some that I would love to do for you that I normally don't. Like this one. I used to do this. I started playing in bands probably right after college, and we used to do this song, and then I lost it for more decades than I care to count. And found it last year again. I just absolutely love it. So sing along. Love will abide, take things in stride. That's what someone told me. There's no one at my side, and time washes clean love's wounds unseen. Sounds like good advice, but I don't know what it means, 'cause I've done everything I know to try and make you mine. And I think it's gonna hurt me for a long, long time. Ernie's doing a mandolin solo right now. I caught in my fears, blinking back the tears. I can't say you hurt me when you never let me near, and I never drew one response from you. And all the while you fell for all the guys you never knew, and I've done everything I know to try and make you mine. And I think it's gonna hurt me for a long, long time. Ernie has switched to banjo on this one. Take it, Ernie. So I wait for the day you'll go away, knowing that you warned me of the price I'd have to pay, and life's full of flaws. Who knows the cause? Living in the memory of a love that never was, 'cause I've done everything I know to try and change your mind, and I think it's gonna hurt me for a long, long time. Yes, I've done everything I know to try and change your mind, and I think it's gonna hurt me for a long, long time. Isn't that a cool old song? Yeah, I love that one. So I've been a barn singer lately, which is kind of cool. There's all sorts of barns that have popped up. We're playing. Did a beautiful barn in Linwood Springs last Friday, which was last Sunday. Excuse me. I've lost the days here. We're playing a lot, and so it was a beautiful barn. Playing another one in Buena Vista this upcoming Sunday on the 25th. And there's another barn too that we play in Westcliff, and then there's barns everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. So I'll do a barn tour soon and invite you all. We'll just rent a bus and go. What do you think? So, well, my family hails from over in the La Vida area on my mom's side. They're with a group of Georgians that discovered gold in Colorado, called the Russell Party, and when they did that, within about, 6-8 months, 100,000 people showed up in what is now Denver. And so they got sick of that and decided to move down to the Spanish Peaks area, where they did, and lived there for the longest time. And my great-great-grandfather, Frank Owenby, was a character and a half. He was an amazing good friend of a lot of the Western legends, including Bill Cody and several others. But he also was very close friends, because he had served with the Pinkertons at a time, with Tom Horn, who had also been a Pinkerton for a short time. Now, Tom became famous as an assassin later, but at this time they were pals. They also had another friend over in Gunnison, Doc Shores, the famous sheriff of Gunnison County, who brought the cannibal Alfred Packer to his justice. So the three of them got telegraph messages one day saying, "Hey, we got to get together. We're going to chase this bad guys. They're called the Wet Mountain Gang." Oh, the Wet Mountain Gang. Yeah. Well, they had robbed the Cotopaxi train in Cotopaxi, Colorado, and taken the strongbox. So the railroad wanted to make sure they got rid of them, and so they sent word over to Walsenburg, and Tom Horn and Frank Owenby, Doc Shores all met there, and they took out off on the prairie with another guy named Ed Kelly to try to find the bad guys, the Wet Mountain Gang. And of course, the leader of the Wet Mountain Gang was Peg Leg Watson. Guess why he was called Peg Leg? Yeah. That's it. I hope this letter finds you in fair to middling spirits, Tom. That Cheyenne jail's a rough one, and you know I won't go near it. This story says they're going to hang you for shooting some young kid. Well, I know you didn't do it, because you'd tell me if you did. A man of moral certitude, a man of your conviction, just couldn't kill an unarmed boy. That's penny dreadful fiction. Them boys that's about to stretch your neck have set you up, old friend, because cattle run Wyoming, and its cattle will be your end. Anyhow, I remember well our time out on the range when we chased down the men who robbed the Cotopaxi train. Southern Colorado, I don't recall the year. The telegraph was clacking, the code was loud and clear. The Pinkertons were coming, heading down the Arkansas. Doc Shores was gonna meet him here. chasing bad outlaws. The boys come down and found me, Tom Horn was thereabouts. I pulled on my boot and screamed because I was suffering from the gout. Then Tom met me at the jailhouse where hysteria reigned, cause Peg-Leg robbed the payroll from the Cotopaxi train. And it's hi-yo boys, cinch your nags up tight. We're off across the prairie with the Spanish peaks in sight. And it's on toward Oklahoma with the wind and sleet and rain. Cause Peg-Leg's robbed the payroll from the Cotopaxi train. Let's chase down that one-legged bastard before he does it all again. Well, we set out the next morning, and our mounts was stepping light. Tom and Doc and me with old Ed Kelly on our right. No one knew that Ed was kin to our one-legged wanted man, and he planned a little goose chase out where the pronghorn ran. Well, I guess I got suspicious, cause Ed kept to the side. He stammered when I asked if he knew why we were on this ride. Oh, cause they robbed a train up somewhere, had a real god-awful name. And someone's took the payroll from the DNRG train. And it's hi-yo boys, cinch your nags up tight. We're off across the prairie with the Spanish peaks in sight. And it's on toward Oklahoma with the wind and sleet and rain. Cause Peg-Leg and his boys have robbed the Cotopaxi train. We'll chase down them sons of bitches before they do it all again. Well, Tom, you remember how the whole thing turned out. You and Doc had savvied that old Ed was a lion. You scared his mortal soul and had me take him back to jail, while you and Doc stayed on and followed Peg-Leg Watson's trail. You ran down them boys in Washington. You took them with no fight. Brought him back to pay for leaving the railroad strong box light. Now you're jailed in Cheyenne, a man once with the law, who helped us Colorado boys down on the Arkansas. Anyways, I remember well our time out on the range when we chased down the men who robbed the Cotopaxi train. And it's hi-ho boys, cinch your nags up tight. We're off across the prairie with the Spanish peaks in sight. And it's on toward Oklahoma with the wind and sleet and rain. Cause Peg-Leg and his boys have robbed the Cotopaxi train. We'll chase down them sons of bitches before they do it all again. Thank you. I must apologize a little. That's the second time I've ever done that, I think. That's had a new CD that's just ready to be put out, and it's about 3 weeks late because of some coding problems on the new songs. But heading back on Monday, we're getting that taken care of. So we'll have a new CD. It's called Ghost Smoke, which will be out in the next few months. So make sure you go to jonchandler.com and buy copies for everyone. That's right. It's a wonderful Christmas gift. Father's Day next year, you can't go wrong. So I'm going to do one more and then take a little break here, and we'll chat and see what's going on in the outside world. So there, I know what I'm doing now. It just takes a little while sometimes as we get older. I wrote this song after I saw a picture of the outlaw Frank James. Frank James was in his older age years. He was sitting there, actually standing there out at his farm where he and Jesse grew up in Missouri, and he was charging money to get into the house where those kids had grown. Charged 50 cents. Did you go there? John always gives me crap about this one, ladies and gentlemen. So I talk about you when I do this song a lot. So I know a man who says there's nothing wrong with Jesse. But in this picture, it's a really famous picture. Frank James is standing there, and God, he's ancient. I mean, he's lived he's got to be 60, something like that. Maybe, yeah, 60. So, in any event, I decided I would write this song in honor of the people that met their demise at the Northfield, Minnesota raids. What, Pat? Okay, all right, okay. I did, okay, it's the same thing. That was good, Jesse. This is bad, Jesse. How's that? Did I tell you Pat's from Nebraska? Yes. The paper from St. Cloud today ran a picture of old Frank James dressed up fine in his Sunday clothes. I started trembling from head to toe. Yeah, 40 years since I saw him last. Him and his brother as they tore on past, their horses spooked, their guns ablaze. Well, my Joe was killed in the Northfield Bank by that dirty Jesse James. Well, my bitter tears fall and stain the page as I remember that awful day. A blushing bride just turned 19. I loved Joe Haywood more than anything. Well, they told me later Joe done his best. Jesse just shot him for the fun, I guess. Now Jesse's a myth, Frank's reached old age. But my Joe's laid down in the cold, cold ground under Minnesota clay. And Jesse, he was no hero. He was just a little man with a crooked sneer and a scraggly beard and a pistol in his hand. He calls my life a misery, loneliness and pain. Oh, God only knows all the hate I feel for that dirty Jesse James. Sometimes at night I still hear the guns. I see Joe lying in his own lifeblood. Well, it's 1912, but I still wear black. What Jesse James took, I could never get back. Folks believe he was Robin Hood, that he gave to the poor. He done some good. Me, I age and curse Bob Ford's name. 'Cause that border boy went and cheated me out of killing Jesse James. Woman's tale, a spinster's life. They say time heals, but I never forgot that dusty street, the summer day. I watched those cowards going right away. If I had a gun, I'd hop a train, head off to Missouri and shoot Frank James before he died. Whisper low and play. Well, I've sent your soul to the depths of hell with your brother, Jesse James. He was no hero. He was just a little man with a crooked sneer and a scraggly beard and a pistol in his hand. He calls my life a misery, loneliness and pain. Oh, pain. Oh, God only knows all the hate I feel for that dirty Jesse James. Hey, thank you very much. All right, take a little break and be right back, and we'll do some more of this fun stuff. Willie's guitar is worth about $5 million or whatever, right? And it was I don't know, that's become iconic. What's amazing is that he has a guitar tech that actually just he's hired for a lot of money every year, just nothing but take care of that old guitar, which is called Trigger. And it sounds like a guitar with a hole in it. Oh, really? I bet he doesn't have it anymore. Yeah. That was it, huh? Well, I've met him many times over the years, and he has no idea who I am. So it's just one of those, hey, good to see you again. I was talking to Jim Harris about this song yesterday, and then there's a request for it. Thank you for the request here. So, not from Jim. When after the Associated Nations of the Plains Indians had dispatched George Custer and the 7th Cavalry at Little Bighorn, they spread out, and several of them were incarcerated. The Cheyennes were incarcerated in Fort Robinson, Nebraska, and finally their chief was Dull Knife was his name, and Dull Knife finally made a run for it with his Cheyennes. He decided he was going to try to hook up with Crazy Horse up on the Tongue River in Montana, and took off that direction. Made it as far as the Red Fork of the Powder River, outside the Hole in the Wall in Wyoming. It's absolutely a beautiful, beautiful place, and this battle was there. Colonel Randall Mackenzie and his troops caught up there at night in a freezing December evening, and it was a part massacre, part battle, part legend. And so I've had the chance to go up to that particular place in Wyoming, and the only place I've ever been that makes me feel the same way is Gettysburg. Something big happened there. It's an astonishing place, absolutely beautiful. But Dull Knife's Cheyenne name was Morning Star. And so I wrote this song about that experience. I was glad that it won the Western Writers of America Spur Award for Best Song. Morning star moon, Wyoming sky, bittersweet tales from time gone by, legends in life, lessons in death, buckskin and sage, winter's cold breath, medicine pipe, lost in the snow, embers grown cold, no power flows, ghost smoke ascends to the four winds. The old time is gone, the new time begins. Morning star moon, that shines hope, it fills my soul with echoes of tunes played under morning star moon. There's a wildness in this place. It's coyote cries, it's yucca spines, it's red dust in the teeth, in the hair, in the eyes. It's trout in the creek, it's eagle's wings, it's petroglyphs, carvings and teepee rings. Morning star moon, there's serenity empty in this place. It's whispering water, it's musical breeze, it's the wind through the willows and the cottonwood trees. It's the call of a babe, it's the song of a brook, it's a time-honored tale from a forgotten book. Bighorns are quiet, Red Fork is low, brilliant blue sky, riders below, echoes of time from the red wall, hoofbeats convey the spirit's call. Morning star, it shines so it fills my soul with echoes of tunes played under morning stars. Morning star, morning star. Hey, all right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I was thinking of a couple things that most of you might have forgotten that know me. So let's see what we can do here. No, you can't be any help right now. This is a brand new tune. It's going to be on this new record, Ghost Smoke, and that lyric was taken from the last song that you just heard. But I was just kind of thinking about folks that I've known, folks that I should have known, whatever, and almost wrote a novel in song form, and I made up all these people. There's all sorts of people, and Pat was the first one to say, well, who's that? I said, I don't know. And so the people that have heard it have all said, well, who are these folks, and how do you know them? I said, well, I don't. But when you write fiction, this is what you can do. You get to lie for a living. So yes, Pat. Oh, you're a detective? Okay, we're going to meet Susan Lambert in a minute. You know Susan Lambert? That's funny because I don't. It's called Never. I never met my heroes, that's probably for the best. I don't handle disappointment well, don't fit with all the rest. Oh, but I knew Luther Wilkins, the finest farrier alive. All my heroes should have met him before he died at 55. Well, I never kept my trophies, I never put them on the wall. Well, I wear this silver buckle, that was a gift, that's all. But it gives me pause to think of Molly Weatherby's sad smile. My trophies all are worthless, this buckle is worthwhile. I never what I meant to you. Every now and then, try that again. Every now and then, I'll pull my cap down low. I'll block the morning sun and hide the face below. I'll walk the water's edge, oh, like we used to. I question everything in life, but I never doubted you. Well, I never found the treasure I kept searching for. It was hidden in the sunset behind an unlocked door. Oh, but I loved Susan Lambert, even though she never knew. My treasure is the memory that only I can view. Well, I never told my father I wanted to be him. Well, I tried 1,000 times or more. Guess I thought it was a whim. But he wept for Lauren Carter when he thought no one could hear. Well, I never told my father I see him in the mirror. I never knew what would come of you. Every now and then I'll pull my hat down low. I'll block the morning sun and hide the face below. I'll walk the water's edge, all like we used to do. I question everything in life, but I never doubted you. Well, I never built the temple I had planned to raise. Well, I was caught up in the living, the passing of the days. Oh, but I prayed with Pastor Quincy. Oh, the tears streamed down my face. Well, I never built a temple, but I surely felt God's grace. All right. Hey, thank you. And for the last time, I don't know who the hell Susan Lambert is. Yeah. I'm sorry. It rhymed with pampered. Or Pampers or something like that. Who knows? We'll see. So I'm gonna do about 3 or 4 more here, and then we'll call it a night, and we'll all disperse our merry ways here. So. You may be sweet and nice, that won't keep you warm at night, 'cause I'm the one who showed you how to do the things you're doing now. He may feel all your charms, he may hold you in his arms, but I'm the one who let you in. I was right beside you then. Once upon a time, you let me feel you deep inside, and nobody knew, nobody saw. Do you remember the way you cried? I'm your toy, I'm your old boy, and I don't want no one but you to love me. Oh, I wouldn't lie. You know I'm not that kind of guy. Once upon a time, you let me feel you deep inside, and nobody knew, nobody saw. Do you remember the way you cried? I'm your toy, I'm your old boy, and I don't want no one but you to love me. No, I wouldn't lie. You know I'm not that kind of guy. Yes, the Flying Burrito Brothers. Graham Parsons. This is one of the first songs I wrote that I kept. A bunch of them didn't make the cut. Most of them had to do with Susan Lambert. Heaven help you when you close your eyes and let your mind drift in dreams. You just might see her face big as life, those haunting eyes, sparkling green. You'll remember things she whispered low for you to know, only you. And you'll see yourself in her embrace, face to face, fresh as dew. And you'll wake up all alone, your heart's place she's left a stone. Out west of Laramie, the wind helps me forget. Though she stopped wanting me, her memory hasn't yet. There's a storm up near the timberline, lightning strikes, thunder peals. There's a storm that rages in my heart, just as dark, just as real. Oh, the burning pain I know will melt this deep Wyoming snow. Out west of Laramie, the wind helps me forget. Though she stopped wanting me, her memory hasn't yet. Out west of Laramie, the wind helps me forget. Though she stopped wanting me, her memory hasn't yet. Oh, her memory's not through yet. Hey, thank you. This is the song that I do. This is my song. I've sung this song all over the country. I've sung this song at Earth Day reception of all places, congressional reception in D.C., and I sang at the Ryman Auditorium in Nashville, Tennessee, the mother church of country music, and I sang it when I opened up for General. I forgot what general it was again. To Colin Powell, that's right. Bill knows all about Colin Powell. They were roommates together at Ann Arbor or something. I mixed a bunch of metaphors there, didn't I? So, in any event, I wrote this tune about how much I love Colorado. It's called The Spanish Peaks. A little buzz here. I've got a little buzz I want to get rid of. I had a dream last night as I lay beneath the pines, as the campfire burned to ashes. The moon rose in the sky. I woke before the dawn's light, tear ran down my cheek. I dreamed of home and family there beneath the Spanish Peaks. I sang this song day before yesterday on top of the world in Costilla County, Colorado, for the 13th wedding anniversary of Jim and Cindy Harris, who are sitting right back there. Happy anniversary, you two. I sing it a lot up there. On the trail from Santa Fe, where plains and mountains meet, and the rivers crash through canyons, the air is fresh and sweet. I carved my life in granite, let my roots run deep. I found the only peace I've known there beneath the Spanish Peaks. The wind blows hard and heavy, tears a hole right through my soul, and I long to take the road that leads back home. There are those who look for answers, those who look for love, those who look for mirrors, those who look above. As I ride this Colorado trail, something else I see. Peace found in the valley, there beneath the Spanish peaks. The coyote's lonesome cry echoes the sorrow in my soul, and I long to take the road that leads back home. On the trail from Santa Fe, where plains and mountains meet, and the rivers cut through canyons, and the air is fresh and sweet. I carved my life in granite, let my roots run deep. I found the only peace I've known there beneath the Spanish peaks. Yes, I found the only peace I've known there beneath the Spanish peaks. Hey, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's time to vacate the stage. It's a wonderful little room, and I hope those of you out that are watching this and electronically someplace get a chance to come down here and catch a show, or if you're pickers, to come down here and play. It's a wonderful place to be, and thank you, Alamosa, for having such a beautiful place as this. And thanks so many of my friends for coming over the hill from the Cucheras, from the Culebra area. The El Poso Creek connection is here in force, which is fantastic. I love it so. Jan, this is for you. Your mother Lorraine was a very special woman, and we've all been thinking about you all week long, sweetheart. Last night I walked the shore, the breeze from off the water renewed a bond as close as a mother and a daughter. And I found myself believing if I turned round the way I came, I'd find the road to get back home again. I'm going home. I'm going home. I don't know which direction I have gone. I only know my heart will lead me home. I'm going home. Whoa. I never meant to roam. I never chose to wander. One day I just walked down the road and I kept on going farther. But late some nights my dreams would find me on that gravel lane, a mile or so from being home again. I'm going home. I'm going home. I don't know which direction I've gone. I only know my heart will lead me on. I'm going home. Whoa. This hard world etches lines on the faces of our lives and leaves us with sweet memories that burn hot as any fire. Ooh. I see Amy chasing fireflies as they glitter all about her, and the pitcher of ice water that sits on the kitchen counter. and the house set like a jewel in the terraced fields of grain. Yes, I'll find the road to get back home again. I'm going home. I'm going home. I don't know which direction I have gone. I only know my heart will lead me on. I'm going home. I'm going home. Lord knows I have been gone for far too long. And I'm praying that old Thomas Wolfe was wrong, 'cause I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm going home. Thank you all for being so kind to me tonight. I'm Jon Chandler, and I'll be back here again really soon, folks. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for coming over the hill, everybody. I love you all. Thank you, thank you. See you soon.